Yeah, today's our topic is general organic chemistry. Okay, commonly represented as GOC. So, Seema, without GOC, there is no organic chemistry. So, in this video, we will learn the different types of electron displacement reactions. Okay, so the basic thing is the electron displacement reaction. Why? Because see, all the chemical reactions which are undergoing, they totally depend on electronic movement only. So how it is happening, we will see in our videos. Okay, so this is the best explanation anyone can give. Okay, so see, first one is electron displacement reaction. There are two types basically. There are two types of electronic displacement reaction, that is movement of electrons happens by two types. One is causing permanent effect, one is like permanent effect, and another one is like temporary, another one is temporary. Okay, one is permanent and another one is temporary. Mainly we will focus on permanent effects. Why? Because see, anything in the chemical reaction should be permanent. Why? Because it is a matter of stability. Okay, so in course of time you will know. First one under permanent effect is like inductive effect. First one is inductive effect. Second one is hyperconjugation. What it is? Hyperconjugation. Second one is hyperconjugation. Third one is mesomeric effect. What it is? Mesomeric effect. And the last one is resonance. Inductive effect, hyperconjugation, mesomeric effect, and resonance. These are all permanent effects. Okay, so if at all these happen in any chemical compound, then that effect would be permanent. Okay, we will see with the help of one example here. Okay, so again we will move on to temporary effect. Permanent is like these four types. Temporary, when we see about the temporary, first one is inductomeric, and second one is electromeric. Inductomeric, and second one is electromeric. Okay, so inductive effect is different from inductomeric effect. Okay, one by one we will see, and we will have a glance of what is inductive effect and etc. Okay, so let's move on to inductive effect then, which is permanent effect. I hope you note it down. First one is, we will go to inductive effect. So before going to the definition, I just want to give one example. What is inductive effect? What is inductive effect? Before going to the definition, I will speak one example. So CH3, CH2, Cl. Can you name this compound? So there are how many carbons here? 1, 2. 2 carbons are there. And this is one chlorine atom. If at all it is 2 carbon compound, then we call them as ethane. All are single bonds. So chloroethane. The name of this compound is chloroethane. How to name? I will explain in the nomenclature lecture. Okay, it is chloroethane. So see, in order to understand the inductive effect, you should have a glance about the what is electronegativity. So what is meant by electronegativity here? Electronegativity, right? Electronegativity. What is electronegativity? So electronegativity is nothing but it is the capacity. What it is? It is the capacity to attract the shared pair of electrons. It is the capacity to attract the shared pair of electrons. Okay, what is meant by a shared pair? It is nothing but a bond. Yes or no? Yeah, it is a bond. Shared pair of electrons are nothing but bonds. Okay, so electronegativity is the capacity to attract the shared pair of electrons. So see here, I will explain you what is electronegativity in detail. Before that, we will go to again inductive effect. So here the chlorine is most electronegative atom. Here our chlorine is the most electronegative atom. It pulls the shared pair of electron towards itself. It pulls the shared pair of electrons towards itself. Like for example, like this. The movement is from right to left. That is from most electronegative atom side. Electrons are migrating. Electrons are migrating from left side to right side. That is towards the most electronegative atom. Towards the most electronegative atom. So the displacement of electrons towards the most electronegative atom is called as inductive effect. Is called as what, ma? Inductive effect. The displacement of electron towards the most electronegative atom. In this case, our chlorine is the most electronegative atom. Okay, is called as inductive effect. So what happens after the migration is happening? What happens after the electrons are transferred? Now we will see. So this lecture is not only for beginners. The lecture starts from the basics to the advanced level. Okay, so see here, after the migration of electrons, what is happening actually? CH3 bond CH2. So the electrons, so I will write like this. Shared pair of electrons, I will write like this. These are the shared pair of electrons, 2 electrons. Okay, chlorine. So it is moving, the electron pair is moving towards the chlorine. So I have written these electrons, pair of electrons towards the chlorine side. Towards the chlorine side. So any species which gain electrons, we will give them as negative charge. Negative charge. Any species which donates or which liberates electrons, we will give them as positive charge. I have written here del minus and del plus, indicating that the bond is not completely broken. Indicating that the bond is not completely broken. It is not completely broken. It is like about to break. It is like about to break. That's why I have given the partial charges. Okay, this del plus and del minus indicates the partial charges. Okay, I'll write down here. Del plus and del minus indicates what? These both indicates partial charges. Partial charges indicates that the bond is not completely broken. This whole phenomenon is called as inductive effect. There are number of applications of the inductive effect. Before going to the applications, we will just see another example. Of inductive effect. Okay, so this is chloroethane. So now we will move towards chloropropane or bromopropane. Okay, so the most electronegative elements are halogens. Which we denote by the letter X. So what are halogens? So tell me, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Astatine is also there, but it is the radioactive element. We will not consider. Okay, we will discuss that radioactivity in another chapter. That is our nuclear chemistry. So fluorine, bromine, iodine. So the electronegative values. So which is the highest electronegative element? That is fluorine. Fluorine is the highest electronegative atom. So I am writing the electronegative sequence. That is fluorine greater than bromine greater than iodine. Okay, so fluorine is the most electronegative atom, followed by chlorine, bromine, and as well as the iodine. Okay, so this is about the electronegativity. Now you understood which is like most electronegative atom. That is fluorine and also chlorine. These two are widely used to elaborate inductive effect. Okay, I will take another example and I will try to make you understand. CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. So how many number of carbons are there here? This is another example I have taken to elaborate inductive effect. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons means it is probe. We can call it as probe, right? Prefix is probe. All are single bonds. That means it is N, probe SN, propane it is actually. So we have another substituent. What is that substituent? Chlorine it is. Then directly I can call it as chloropropane. So the name of the compound is chloropropane. So now I will indicate the direction of electrons. So from here, electron move towards chlorine atom. So I am writing here del minus. So it is like donating electrons. We are writing it as del positive. This is one del positive. So after it loses the electron, or after the electrons are moved towards the chlorine, this atom will become electron deficient. Yes or no? The electrons are less. The electrons are less here at this carbon side. Okay, electrons are less at this carbon side. That makes this carbon vulnerable, and it also try to attract electrons. From where it will attract? From the shared pair, that is bond. So that carbon also will attract, but so it will not attract effectively when compared to chlorine. That's why I am giving it as double dou. I am giving it as double dou. That means the effectiveness is decreased. The effectiveness is decreased. Similarly, here also. Almost here, when it comes here, inductive effect in this carbon is almost negligible. Okay, so most inductive effect will be observed at alpha carbon. Alpha carbon. What is alpha carbon? So the carbon which is present next to the functional group, the carbon which is present next to the functional group, we call it as alpha carbon. Okay, that functional group may be halogens, sometimes aldehydes, ketones, esters, etc. Okay, whatever the functional group is there, the carbon next to it, it is called as alpha. Next to alpha it is beta, next to beta it is gamma, and etc. Okay, so alpha carbon has the highest effect of inductive nature. Okay, so it is most, like this carbon represent the most inductive effect. Okay, so this is all about the inductive effect. In the next class we will discuss about the applications of the inductive effect. Okay, if you like the video, please like, share, comment, and mainly subscribe. Thank you.